Hello. Hello. Aparnaman, can we start? Very good afternoon to all the participants and organizer team RM for inviting me to speak on the very unique subject uses of accounting in fintech. Right? I hope yesterday you had a good session with questions regarding basics of stock market and you got to know the money making machine. But hold on, you should be able to learn more advanced so that you when you go there it should not become a money losing machine. Having said that, let's start. I will try to make today's session more interesting and informative because today's paper is theoretical and we will try to learn about the uses of accounting and fintech around it because the students who are trying to uh, who are thinking to pursue their career in accounting field, it is very important for them to learn this fintech accounting and what are the users of fintech accounting and what is the accountant role in that perspective, right? Also, the who are the other persons who are not in accounting career, but it will also help them to understand the whole ecosystem of the fintech accounting and how accounting helps fintech companies to grow ahead, right? Let's start. I'll show you the presentation flow of today's session, how we are going to take our presentation. So first we'll start by understanding the fintech, what are the uses, how it evolved, what does it mean, what are the aspects and technical parts of fintech. Then we will go to discuss on the accounting part of the fintech. Basically, first we will discuss core accounting, what exactly accounting is, because it will help us to make a platform where we can integrate the fintech and accounting and help everyone to understand how we can use the accounting part into fintech, right? Then the actual uses of accounting in fintech, which is our core subject. And last, we will discuss where are we, the basically you, the commerce students, the graduates, the accountants, future accountants, bookkeepers, what are their role, where they fit in this whole fintech system and fintech accounting system per se, right? Let's start. What is fintech? It's just a simple word or abbreviation or unique catchy term which is developed by combining two words, that is in financial and technology, right? And if you go more deeper, financial technology is something which has transformed the delivery of financial services to its clients or customers. It's just new technology which has made easy to deliver all such types of host of financial services under one umbrella to all the clients globally. It doesn't matter where the location of that fintech company is, right? If we go and check the fact about fintech evolution or the fintech, what do you say, how it has been grown. So the investment in fintech industry grew by 9.1 billion in the first half of this same year, which was as compared to the previous 2021 year, right? And the growth was around 24% rise. And this made UK in Europe the most successful country, I would say, in terms of fintech industry sustainability with respect to government, the people of that country, and the fintech industry itself. Right, it was an win-win situation for all of these three terms because it helped them grow and sustain and gain more money and in terms of fintech industries. If we if you try to speak about Niti Aayog, right? So, which is our think tank of India, what they said is that the valuation of fintech firm will go around $150 billion by 2025. What does it mean? It means there will be a massive growth for fintech industries, and a lot of crazy things are going to happen, and there is something for accountant or accounting in those new fintech ecosystem. To just summarize, there are 2,100 fintech firms as of now in India, and out of which 67% of the firms were just set up in last 5 years. So you can see the graph how with what great space it is growing, right? And out of 187 global fintech unicorns, only India has 18 unicorn, which means the company or this privately held startup which has achieved $1 billion of their valuations, right? Let's understand more about fintech. Right, it is nothing but a new application process products or business models in financial service industry which tries to help consumers provide them end-to-end solution with just one medium, which is internet, which is the, what do you say, it's a very strength of each business as well and the client as well. Everyone has internet these days, whether they use any sort of digital device, be it mobile, laptop, tab, etc. Right? They have internet, and therefore it becomes easy for fintech industry to evolve such application process, products, and business so that they can provide services in terms of financial industries. What actually fintech firm does nothing but uses the technology, the technique or the programs where they use to compete their traditional players like financial institution, the large banks, etc. They are competing them to sell their product and services, and they are laying back. And now fintech firms are on the forefront of these banking industries. We will also understand later how banking industry itself is also benefiting from fintech. It's not that they are fighting with each other, but actually they are learning and they are integrating with each other, which is helping the whole financial service ecosystem to grow at a very large scale, because in India currently we don't have the penetration of financial services is very low as compared globally or to the developing and developed nations across the globe, right? Fintech is a sizable and expanding segment of the new financial services market for in this 21st century, right? Business might be a fintech startup. So any startup or a business which use the technology to sell or to develop the financial services can be called as fintech as on date. Now, how this fintech evolved? So fintech was evolved. It is not a recent development. It is something which started way back in 2008 crisis, the financial crisis, and slowly the fintech was evolving from that time until now, because it helped them to disrupt and transform the financial service business, because automation helped them to regulate and to have control over all the financial industry, so that the scams, frauds, and other crises, the possible crisis, could not happen. And this was the main reason why fintech got started evolving. And the story is another, that now the business and firms are using fintech as an to grow their business and earn more money, right? So fintech was first used to describe the technology used in the backend system established by the financial institution. So what happened earlier, whenever we go to bank or any financial institution, when we required to avail the financial services, there were many paperwork involved in all those process, and also they were time consuming, they were tedious. We have to get to a lot of people to complete our work, which was very cumbersome process, right? So what happened is that bank, what they used to do, also bank were facing many problem at their end, because they were not able to handle the ever growing population which were coming to the bank on day-to-day basis to take their financial services, and bank were not able to provide the same to the bank, right, to the clients. So what they did, bank developed a system at backend which helped them to automate their process with the help of core banking, which was a revolution in the banking industry at the back end, and they were used to efficiently handle all the banking transactions at a very great space, and they were also able to handle the volume which were coming to their doors for availing all the financial services, right? But this was at the back end, and their fintech was evolved. But who knows that fintech was nothing, no more a back-end process. It was actually a front end, and fintech actually acting as an what do you say, as a cherry on an ice cream cone. So if you see like this, there is government, then there are RBI, the controller or the regulator. Then under that there are bank and financial institutions, and now on the top of that we have fintech firms, which actually all these four layers are integrated tight with each other, and fintech firm is acting as a sugar, like a sugar that they are grasping or collecting or pitching and exploring the whole untapped financial service market, which is a well for them, and they are doing it very well. Also, many big fours did their what do you say, research, and came up with some reports that fintech providers, what they did, they actually determined the proper direction and structure and rate of change, that how fast the industry is changing and why they need fintech, so that they can capture those things substantially to provide all the practical financial services. They also what they did, they also tried to grab the customer sense, what customer need, how they need, because each and every customer nowadays need each and every service under one umbrella at a single place. They don't have to go out, and they have to avail all such service sitting in just in one place. And that is why, according to such recent industry assessment, what they find, fintechs have excelled as both standalone firms and key elements in the financial service value chain, right? So friends, now let's understand what are the ABCD of fintech industry. What exactly to understand on which pillars this whole fintech ecosystem or fintech industry per se is standing. Let's see the first A. So A is an artificial intelligence which helped fintech to analyze the big data. We'll see in detail in later slides. The second letter B stands for blockchain, which is a decentralized system of tamper-proof chain. Then third is cloud computing. You all know how Amazon, Microsoft, and other players have helped to reach out the cloud servers throughout the what do you say throughout the customers, clients, business, and government. Last is the big data, which the current world is of data, and now whoever has data is the king of the world because data is so much importance, and we have witnessed such companies in past. What is artificial here? It's nothing, it actually automates the tedious and time consuming process, and it also, what you say, evolve or understand day by day the human intellect to solve some structured and unstructured problems on day-to-day basis, right? Like as I mentioned, the example of Google Assistant, Alexa, Siri, they are a kind of artificial intelligence sitting on your phone, and the people who are using them, they can relate that how they are developing themselves. They are programmed in such a way that they are developed to understand your activity on each day, what actually you are doing on your mobile phones, and they are capturing the whole stuff and learning and then putting results in front of you. And the day is not far when you will just have to think what you have to do, and the mobile will itself reflect that result and action before you. So powerful is the artificial intelligence, and that's why it helped fintech industry to use such AIs in their data system so that they can analyze the big data and help fintech industry to what you say, to analyze data and understand what are the clients and customer, people, government needs, and accordingly they curate the products and services to sell them and to make money. Next is the blockchain. It's nothing but a distributed database which allows secure, transparent, and tamper-proof transactions. It made financial transaction all over the globe very easy and secure with very minimal charges. It's just a one use case of blockchain. So blockchain is a very vast concept, and on blockchain there are many other subsets. Crypto is one of them, right? If you take example, currently also, now also, many banks started using Ripple currency to transfer the funds from one country to another country. Why? Because the current system is of swift transfer system from one country to another system. And what happens in that system is that whenever a person goes and tell that I have to pay this vendor in UK, and they have to submit a lot of documentation, the swift charges are very high. They ranges around 1.5 to 2% plus exchange conversion charges, exchange rate charges. And also it takes 2 to 3 days just for mere transferring money from one place to another. So bank need to use the Ripple currency. So just they have to do is to transfer the funds to that Ripple wallet, and then their Ripple wallet is being transferred to that another bank's wallet, and then that bank credit that fund to the respective vendor account, and it happens within seconds, and with no very less documentation, and with very minimal charges, which are way. I mean, there is a huge difference from Swift charges to this kind of transfer charges. This is how a blockchain helped fintech companies to evolve themselves and add a feature to their product. Cloud computing, what is exactly is that? I know you, most of the people attending understands it has changed completely the whole business and not only the fintech landscape, right? Any from any location, anytime people have access to any sort of data. That is the good thing of cloud computing, and this has made it possible to operate remotely and collaborate with clients with very ease and very efficiently, just sitting relaxing at your home. Additionally, technology has enabled business to interact with clients more and promote their services digitally and eliminating time consuming paperwork. host of things where he need to invest, then he can set up and develop his own app. And it is very risky to maintain the server, to the data security, the backups, everything. So instead of doing business, he might go and get confused in setting up all these things. So the easiest way for him is to just subscribe to one of the cloud servers, maybe it Amazon servers or Microsoft servers, which help them to avail all such service and to handle their business remotely, totally online, and with just appointing one engineer, and he can pay a very nominal rental or subscription fees and take his business online. And this is only possible because of cloud computing. We will also take the Amazon example in the use of accounting in fintech. It's very interesting, and you will exactly know how accounting helped fintech to grow and to give insights. Let's understand the last letter D, the ABCD part of fintech. It's a big data. You know how Facebook, Google, Instagram are here having the big data, ton of data. What will happen if this massive data is not analyzed on real-time basis, right? And if we free all such data and we didn't categorize and account such data or not stored properly, what will happen? The situation will be similar. Like if we free a bull into a crowd, it will mess everything, right? And it's really a very risky thing, and and none of the business can afford to do that. And that's why the big data helps to analyze, store, record, and give insightful reports to the business owners like Insta, Facebook, Google, and accordingly they curate their services. They present such things in front of the users of their services free of cost, and that's why they earn through a lot of money through what you say ads, just by proper categorization of big data and analysis through AI systems. Let's move ahead more. So now we will try to see and understand what are the subsets or types of fintech industries available in current scenario. First, there is TechFin. So let's understand more about TechFin. TechFin is such a company where it is already a technological based company and there is nothing to do with finance, but the technological company who wants to leverage his technology skills to sell the financial services and earn more money and diversify his business. A classic example of TechFin is Amazon or Apple, where what they did, they are the very prominent tech companies, and they tried to develop their own payment system through Amazon Pay and Apple Pay. So these sort of companies are known as TechFin companies, which are first technology and then introduce finance in financial services in their business. The second type of company is InsurTech. You know, prominent companies or the fancy companies like Policy Bazaar and Ditto Insurance, which are now selling the insurance products online, and all their products are all totally online. You don't have to do anything. Within few minutes, you can get your any sort of insurance, whether it is health insurance, vehicle insurance, or term insurance. You can get all those things at your fingertips. Totally paperless work. Also, if there are some health checkups to be done, they will arrange the person and they will do. The client can use such service sitting and relaxing at their home. And insurance take is such an industry because of fintech and insurance integration. There are, I cannot quote you the exact number, but a major part of Indian economy is lacking in the insurance, and therefore insurance tech or insure-tech business will grow at nothing like that. It's very huge. Now next comes to WellTech, the very very fancy and very flashy subject since COVID, right? So since COVID, many of us experienced that many people started using, investing, trading in stock markets, and that's how wealth tech captured that COVID opportunity and developed such more number of apps, websites so that they can help consumers, retailer, clients, and also broking firms to leverage and their clientele and their knowledge to what do you say, to tell more people to go into this wealth tech and invest in the stock markets or mutual funds or other wealth products, right? So if we want to tell example of wealth tech, we can tell Zerodha and Small Case are the classic examples of wealth tech, where Zerodha helped all the retail customers to open their account in just few clicks, and you can the UI of that app is very good, as you all know, and many of you are also trading on that platform as well. Also, Small Case, which is the what do you say, it's a hybrid solution combining stock market and mutual fund, where small cases of small stocks and themes are prepared, and they help them to sell such small cases to the retail or other investors, and the retail and clients can subscribe to such services and increase their investment and their passive income, right? So you see how fintech companies are also using financial service technology to developing new sort of services or products to pitch in front of clients and gain more clientele and business income. The next tech is the payment tech. You know, the prominent companies like Razorpay, Paytm, MobiKwik, Freecharge, the number is very huge. There are n number of payment tech companies which has reformed the whole payment system, payment ecosystem in India and globally. Also, the big role played by the government by introducing UPI, right? Through UPI and payment technologies, accepting money online through all the payment gateways and n number of modes, credit card, debit cards, online banking, etc. What happened is that huge number of transactions increased, and that is where is one use where accounting helps fintech companies to record, maintain, analyze such huge transaction, and this is one of the biggest use of accounting in fintech. We'll also see it later. Let's come to the next point. What is lendtech? Lendtech is nothing but just lending money. Have you ever, before 2 decades, ever thought that you will get such a service or app or website or a financial institution where they will sell their services on a platform where you can, through full online process, gain the money, or you can take money or money from the banks, or take loan basically or from banks through full online process, right? So what Lendtech has done, I'll quote some examples of Lendtech are BharatPay, Lendbox, Cash Kumar, Navi Loans, which is increasing nowadays. You can see many ads of Navi Loans. What they did earlier, they don't have banking license, but they, as I earlier mentioned, they tied up with many banking and financial institutions and made the loan giving process very easy. They eliminated the paperwork, they eliminated the time consuming work, they eliminated many such sort of things, technical glitches, regulatory glitches, and they simplified all the process. They made process online, eliminated the agents also in between, directly started selling to such things to the customers and clients or the users to give them money or to lend them money and increase their revenue with what do you say, there are n number of revenue streams by lending money. You get sort of fees, the loan origination fees, you get extension fees, you get interest rate, you get many sort of things. So lendtech companies share their revenue with the banking and financial institutions and develop their business. This is one sort of a huge subset of fintech where business is growing. The last and very important part where government plays very important role is RegTech. RegTech is something regulatory tech where government made easy to do. A lot of government services are now being provided on various online platform apps, and they also made a lot of process, streamlined a lot of process by introducing digital KYC or eKYC. By instead of signing digitally, you have to just give Aadhaar based OTP and your regulatory requirements and authentications are done so easily. Another thing what RegTech includes is it also helps government to, what do you say, curb anti-money laundering activities, to detect fraud, etc. So RegTech is revolutionary, not in terms of business, but for governance, which is helpful for government and bureaucrats all over the country, or global, you can say. Right. I hope everyone is with me and enjoying the session. If you have any doubt, anything, you can note it down and we can discuss in our last Q&A session, right? Sorry. Let's move ahead. Okay, just to list down, these are the few fintech companies who are taking India ahead in the whole fintech ecosystem, and they are taking next level. Not only ahead or growing, they are taking India next level. The very new and fancy companies: Navi Loans, BillDesk, which is a payment gateway; Paytm, as you know, Paytm is a bank also. It's an insurance provider also. It does recharges. It does shopping. It is a mutual, and also provide wealth tech. So basically, all subsets of fintech are being provided in today's day by Paytm. And the newly launched Cred, which was prominently launched for credit card services, and now entered into host of other financial services. Right. Okay, now we got to know what exactly is fintech, how fintech is evolving, what was fintech industry history, and how it is helping business and consumers and government. Now let's start talking some more about accounting. अब आप बोलोगे कि भाई accounting तो हम already पढ़ रहे हैं graduation में, इसमें नया क्या है? So okay, there is nothing new, but I'm just trying to pitch some parts of accounting here so that we can create a base where on later stage we have to integrate the accounting and fintech together and understand the uses of accounting in fintech, so that you accountants can explain the fintech company, the startup companies, because nowadays there are a lot of small startup, mediocre and enterprise level fintech companies, and you have to think where you fit and how you can consult and advise your fintech company and let them know the importance of accounting. And before that, you should be able to expertise in your core accounting field. Let's start. So what is accounting? It's nothing but a process of recording financial transactions pertaining to business. Accounting process, which includes summarizing, analyzing, and reporting these transactions, and oversight agencies, regulators, and tax collection entities, right? And also, accounting helps to prepare the financial statements and summarizing all the financial transaction and events of a company's operation, and display the financial position, presentation, cash flow, and statements to the users of those financial statements. What was the history of the accounting? Sorry. What was the history of accounting? Merely, if money existed, there has to be accounting, and many Egyptians started this accounting in history, which is long lasting and which actually explored all over the world, right? So, for instance, Roman Empire administration kept meticulous financial records. However, the profession of modern accounting has only existed so properly, and the professional accounting actually existed starting in the early 19th century of this era. Let's understand the types of accounting which will help us to relate with the fintech companies. So there are majorly four types of accounting. However, there are more, but we will talk about these four major and important types of accounting, where financial accounting helps to summarize and analyze the accounting data of any business and to report the financial numbers. It entails creating financial statements that the public may use. So basically, financial accounting helps business to record their transactions and prepare various sort of reports which are required by the users of the financial statements. Now, Who are the users of financial statements? So they are management, they are lenders, they are investors, they are government. There are many sort of other companies. There are what do you say? There are also the your there are also other users like foreign investors who love to analyze the financial reports, and that's why in accounting, in financial accounting, we introduce, or the government or Indian or what do you say, international accounting body introduce IFRS, International Financial Reporting System, through which any company can globally present their financial statement, and the users of financial statement can see their records and accounting, whatever, to analyze their business and business performance, right? Another part is managerial accounting, which refers to a system where accounting that produces internal documentation, internal control statements, reports that aid management, right? It aid management, it helps them to make better judgment, better decision, operations, and to what you say, formalize their strategies to how they can improve their operations and channelize their resources. Mostly these are used for internal purposes and internal management, higher level management, CFO, and director level. Another part of accounting is cost accounting, where there are systematic set of accounts which are maintained to record the attributes of any transaction, products, or services, where it helps them to understand the segment accounting, the costing of the services or products they are providing to the clients or customers. And the tax accounting, which is more important from government point of view, to collect taxes, because this is known as something which individual company, corporations, and other entities all use tax accounting. Individual tax accounting is driven by their income, and they allow some deductions, and then they have some profit and losses on investments, and then they report their net income or loss and pay taxes as per the prevailing laws, regulation, and rules. Right. Now comes the main climax part. What exactly are the uses of accounting in FinTech? Let's try to understand in very brief. Any FinTech industry has to deliver many products and services, and they formalized many strategies to how should they operate their company and sell their business, gain the customers, and earn the money. This is everything about the forefront of FinTech company. What about the backend? Accounting totally run in backend mode, right? And it is as equal as operations which are running front end mode. So for accounting, you have to keep track of all sort of expense, income, assets, liabilities consciously, and you have to use nowadays secure programs. You cannot use the Baba Adam ka Jamana ka Bahi record, where you have to do accounting on a book, right, and write all the ledgers, write all the accounting entries. So now gone are those days. So basically now you have to use a very secure programs that will meet all your FinTech financial analysis needs, and with a single click you can use your main accounting system and see your financial reports. So like other business, FinTech also is a business. It's a service provider, where he also, if he needs to sustain in long run, he needs to understand his business, right? Because without understanding his business, he cannot earn, he cannot survive, and one day he have to close his business and go away. How good the technology might be, at the end of the day, you have to justify your finances, your profits, and to your investors and bankers and your management. So we'll go more ahead in detail. Before that, I would like to again inform you, it's just a news that before 2 days, what do you say, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had took a conference with all India FinTech companies on 21st September, and where two most important things were told, that now it is a time where fintech companies has to grab these green finance and opportunity which are prevailing now, because this is the time that if in this time any fintech company grabs the opportunity, he will last for many years and have huge profits in their balance sheets.